Hey, all, Brad here with another quick video. On the bench today, we've got a Cloak and Dagger Atari board set. This is a raster game. Excuse me. Local friend of mine, Mitch, has an arcade. Probably about 30 minutes, 40 minutes for me, something like that. And done some work on some of his Williams games. We trade back and forth and help each other out when we can. Anyway, was out there and he's got a beautiful Defender cab that was converted into a Cloak and Dagger. Atari made kits back in the day. It came with the board set and a cage, came with the wiring harness, came with a complete control panel, depending on whether you wanted it for a Defender or like a Stargate, Joust, or Robotron. Came with the vinyl art, everything you needed pretty much to convert it over. And the interesting tie-in, not only was it made specifically for the Williams games, but they had reused some of the Williams components. For instance, the linear power supply was reused, as well as a soundboard. They had you pull the EEPROM off to kind of stop the CPU execution, and then they wired it in through the Molex headers just to use the amplifier on board. I think on the original Atari boards back in the day, they had their audio amplification on their power supply boards, AR2s and that sort of thing, my understanding. So in any case, they used the boards from the Williams, so that's a tie-in why I kind of am willing to do these ones, and I do have parts to build my own cab up at some point when I get to that project. So anyway, the complaint on this one was it had some graphics glitches, some lines in the screen, that sort of thing. So I brought it here, pulled it out. Mitch gave me a real nice JAMA adapter for this to use while I'm troubleshooting it. And actually, I'm probably gonna the boards that I have, I've never powered up, so I'm gonna go through that after I finish this one up. But so I'm going to switch over to the bench cam, show you what we got, what I found, and then we'll do a little gameplay. So let me switch over to the bench cam. Okay, so she's out of the cage clearly. So here's the board set, and what I ended up finding with this, I'll show you the adapter here. There's the JAMA adapter for it. This is a two separate boards here get jumpered together at the bottom. They've got a little jumper that goes in, and then this whole thing slides in a RF cage. A lot of these parts have been socketed. I don't think these rams were originally socketed. And then on the back side of the board here, um, somebody had gone through all the DRAM here. There's 24 DRAM. They had put in machine pin sockets here, and then this IC socketed. This one, these two, three, four, five, six, and then a couple more here. Not sure about this IC if it was originally socketed, but I know these ones weren't. You can see the flux on the back. And the one I found here was this guy, and someone had changed the ICs as well. So I don't know if they were just kind of shotgunning or what the deal was, but the socket itself was the issue. So this thing was running a little glitchy. I'd go in here and kind of load, twist the IC in the socket, and it would clear up. So I replaced it with a nice NOS RN socket. Robinson Nugent is the brand. These are real high quality dual wipe. They actually the pins where they go through the board are kind of like curved, so they snap in. They're real nice for soldering, that sort of thing. So in any case, let me pull this guy back down, and then we'll switch over here and do a little gameplay. Let me get that. This tripod's a bit of a okay. So I do have the remote control still for the bench. I'm going to power this up, and you can see boots right into game. And it's set to free play right now. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got the PlayStation controller. I have reconfigured a new file for this game. Um, Allows me. Let me drop into the test mode here. There on the game itself, there's a test mode switch that you kind of flip. So I have to hold the button here. It's non-latching. So it just tested all the RAM good. It goes through some color screens and then it'll drop into a little diagnostic menu here. So you can test all of your inputs. I'm kind of moving some joysticks here, and you can see all those zeros changing to one. This is the ignite button where I've mapped it here to R1. So in any case, and when you let go, it kind of goes to the self-test menu, and you can go ahead and do things like your color bars, toggle through them. And then you can go through, there's some options in here, set your lives and things like that, difficulty. I think these can also be configured with jumpers. I didn't delve too deep into that. Then there's some statistics, which I'm guessing, like on the Williams, is kind of bookkeeping data. It tells you how many. So if you were collecting the money from the till, if you will, you could go in and make sure that things matched up, that people weren't skimming from you. And then you can exit here, and again, takes you right back to a track. So let me go ahead and hit start. Should be getting audio on this. I do have a new capture device. The old one was giving me some issues. This one is much better. Elgato brand 4K. I don't really know exactly how to play this. I know the bomb is in the middle, and if I go over and ignite that thing myself, and then I make it out, I get a little bonus for igniting the fuse. Sorry about all the noise on the phone over there. It's someone keeps coming in and out of the house and triggering my cameras. Never fails anytime I do a video is when everybody in the house decides to get up and do all kinds of stuff that's noisy, and Murphy's Law, right? So in any case, you can see she's playing real good. Oop, don't think I made it. In any case, she's playing real good, and I've let it run on the bench for at least 48 hours. I'm going to get it back in the RF cage, everything buttoned up, and then I do have a few other boards that I put together for Mitch for spares for the Defender, and we're going to get those back over to him. So thanks for watching.